Boom, boom, boom. Hello, hello, hello. We're not ending. We're not ending. Hi, hi, I'm here. Hello. We're live. Cuptle, how you doing, Cuptle? I hope you're doing well. You better be doing well, Cuptle. Oh, don't give me that face. How are you all doing anyway? I hope you're doing super well. Hello, Tony. How are you doing? I hope you're having an amazing day. Yeah, I hope it's better than my day. My goodness. My tummy being all over the place. Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm running on like an hour and a half of sleep. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it because I made a Gaia deck in it's Master Duel. And it's doing pretty good. Oh yay! I'm glad your day's going pretty well. I did manage though. Yeah, I'm tried making, do you know, for Gaia for Fierce Knight deck. It's not going well. Hi, Native Engine. I'm eating fluffy insulation in your house. No! Don't eat the fiberglass. That's going to hurt you. Oh gosh, that was an issue. There you go. Had my audio doubling up then. Don't know if you guys heard it. So these orcs be balked. I mean, they're fine. It's just the titles more. It was disappointing to get them in for Exodite box more than anything else, you know. Because I wanted another kill team. It would have been fun to have another kill team. I understand now why they didn't, because they wanted the entire focus to be on the Exodites. So by just including random enemies for them to fight, they can just fill the entire lore book with just Exodite lore. And it's quite a lot of it. And they don't have to worry about, you know, trying to make extra lore for, you know, another kill team and having to tell you about that kill team as well. And about why they're there and what they're doing. And on top of this, usually when you read the kill teams, it's that it's generally like they have to make them both seem cool and both seem like they could win within the lore segments it gives you. But when it's just Exodites versus environment and the environment that they're facing is not new models, they can just basically have the orcs be completely beaten up by them. I mean, they still give the orcs some cool moments. Like the orcs finding the world, despite the world spirit protecting it. The orcs successfully, you know, breaking through the fleet defenses. Basically being the largest threat that this world's ever faced. And they faced gene stealers and tyrannids and all sorts of other things. So it's nice. Hi, Michael Jean Bermudez. How you doing? We need laser-equipped dinosaurs for the orc lancers. I mean, they kind of are laser-equipped for Eldon, but the back of them are armed with lasers. And I think the orc Squig Riders, Squig Hog Boys, I think they've got the lance ability, so you know. We kind of got that. And also you got the kill team really struggling to deal with the orcs. That's another thing. So I understand why they did it, but it's also the fact that it's Beast Snagger Boys, which is probably the most thematic ones you could go with. But they're like one of the most boring orc models that we still have around. With them being kind of mostly monopose. If return for fact, yeah, it's really hot today. Don't know about where you guys are, but where I am, it's boiling. So, I guess it is very thematic. It does help them out, but I would have preferred something else. I would have preferred less orcs. I would have preferred a cheaper box and less orcs. But I also think they did it this way because they wanted to make it... I feel like with the size of a book and the amount of lore and work that went into those models, and it being all limited edition, basically, I don't think they could have sold it for much cheaper than what they did. Or at least, you know, for Games Workshop profit margins to be happy with it. Because, I mean, making books is incredibly expensive, especially filled with so many laws and rules and other things that's in there. And the amount of, you know, hype they generated about it all. Which they didn't need to work very hard to do that. 26 degrees feels like 27 here. I don't know about it here. It feels really warm. It's been really hard trying to beat the heat. Oh gosh, it's like, yeah, 30 degrees feels like 31. So, yeah. So I think the reason that they chose the Squighog boys and the Beast Stagger boys is that they've basically run their course in terms of profit value. They're at the low point where they can just print it off and all it costs them is a few pence. They might already have some boxes in storage of it that they can just, you know, use for the box set. For the Exodite box set. So it's basically maximizing profit of a box while still making people feel like they're getting some value out of it. But equally, I feel like they could have added, you know, a squad of Eldari Rangers to the box. Instead of, you know, extra Orks. It feels like the box is better for Orc players in a lot of ways than it is for, you know, Eldari players. Which, I mean, if you play both, it's fine, I guess. But I mean, I do play Orcs as well. My Orc army is much bigger than my Eldari army. Actually, it's way out bigger. It's about twice as big. Over twice as big. So I need to get some gloves out. But yeah, Orcs are still weird. Oh gosh, but how was the days going anyway? Or anyone planning to get the Exodite box now it's back in stock? For the limited time it is in stock. I am hoping that we get the Megadon models like with the next Eldari Codex or coming up to the Eldari Codex. I really do hope we get the Megadon models of the and the World Dragon model. Those two would be amazing. Like Megadon would be an Autarch riding it, or maybe it'll be like a heavy weapons platform, while the World Dragon would be more on the line of an Avatar of Cain. Maybe with the rule saying that if you've got the World Dragon, you can't have the Avatar of Cain or, you know, that Yanari guy in your army. Munch, 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 munch. Don't eat my fiberglass insulation. Actually, I mean, it's really warm. Maybe you should do. Bam, 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 spam. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Smash. Yeah. Exodite. Nom nom. I like the little doggy dogs. I wonder if we'll get a unit of them as well. There's like so many Exodite units I want now. I want them to get an infantry unit that makes use of these dogs as actual, you know, not tokens. Things having stats. Oh. Okay, what am I doing? We need to finish reading the lore. That's what we need to do today. And if we've got time, then we can think about building some Orks, but really all I'll do is, you know, we can go and play some Master Duel. I've been struggling to sleep because of my tummy issue. And I played some, I did some Japanese learning. I did some Master Dueling. And I made a Gaia deck. It's a Gaia Primite Dark Magician deck. It's really weird. Curse of Dragon as well. Oh, I think it's like the worst deck anyone has ever decided to make. Okay. Okay, if we want to read these things... Oh, wait, we're not been to a website. I've not even looked at the website today. That's how crazy I am. This is how out of it I am today. What the heck's going on here? Horan Blackheart takes on Tyranids in a new Black Library novel? That's kind of boring. What about this thing? Cultural recipe for Ogre Maw tribe success. Oh. The Ogre Maw tribes look really cool. Incorrect. Hi, the dog. I haven't tried making a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Can't be worse than my Intersector Reeve Kaiju Insect Soup. I had a deck like that once. One of my favorite decks in general are plants, zombies, and insect decks. Especially ones that, don't necessarily make use of certain archetypes. Like, for really cool engine archetypes. Instead, they use more generalist cards. Those are my favourite ones. Although I do love Black Rose Dragon. Although that goes in plant decks pretty well. I've got lots of very weird decks in real life. Because, it's just fun to build decks. The issue with Master Duel is... trying to play a decks at your level. I'm doing well. I hope today is treating you well. I'm working my way through my newly filled Nurgle box pile. Nice! I've been unproductive today. How much, I guess. So yeah, apparently Horan Blackheart is fighting Tyranids in his new novel. Can we at least get like a cool Eldar novel? Whether Eldar do well. Because they deserve that after the entire Corsairs issue. Like, I was so disappointed. Like, as an Eldar Corsair fan, I was like, oh my gosh. The entire, Maelstrom thing is all about Corsairs. Both Red Corsairs and Eldari Corsairs. And the Eldari lore was like 1 page. And their, heroic story was getting absolutely trounced by Horan Blackheart. I was like... It's like, why? No, that's disappointing. It's like, as much as I make fun of the Iron Warriors in their, their, what was it, Eye of Terror book? I mean, they did well. It's like they conquered one of the planets. They conquered Cadia, almost. They bloodied the Imperium's nose in a lot of areas, and while we focused on just Cupcake Mon, it did make mentions of other Iron Warrior groups in other regions doing their own, punching up as well. And they did beat the Mechanicus and that. Well, they didn't beat the Mechanicus quite. It was mostly to a stalemate, but we got a lot of cool moments from it. And where it's like, they're not beaten, but they've not won either. It's been turned into a war for attrition, and the Iron Warriors might not be as good as the Mechanicus at war of attrition. Hi, Douglas! Oh... And hi, Kundwell, how you doing? I'm finding all the pirate-adjacent factions the most interesting. So that would be for Drukhari, the Eldari Corsairs, the Red Corsairs, the Blood Axis? No, not for Blood Axis. Nastreg and his Bad Moons. Is it Nastreg? No, it's not Nastreg. It's somebody else. The guy with a pirate hat. I forget. But you got an Orc pirate group. You've also got Blood Axe as a kind of pirate too. Freebooters. Yeah, there we go. Hugs to you. Hugs to you too. Hugs to all of you. Captain Badbook. Yeah, that's the one. See, you guys know these things. Eldar Corsairs, Drukhari, Red Corsairs, and Imperial Agents. Oh yeah, Rogue Traders. Rogue Traders would count as that sort of thing as well. The Carcharodons are basically pirates as well. If you think about it. The way they do. Actually, some of the Space Marine Loyalist chapters do kind of act more like pirates. Any other pirate factions? I'm pretty sure that there's some Necron overlords who just roam around space, just raiding people. I guess Trizan is kind of like that. Wait, is Trizan a pirate? Is that why everyone loves him? You know, every day we find more reasons to love Trizan. Do what you want because a pirate is free. You are pirated. Your heart do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Deathwatch are close enough. Yeah, Deathwatch are kind of close too. For very more Spec Ops. So for World Spirit, we've already read about for World Spirit. One of the issues I have had with the lore is that it does seem to be, you read about one page, and then the next page it's just telling you the same thing again, just slightly differently worded. To some extent. It's very... Now, it might be purposeful because they're like, you know people who play Warhammer, they have quite a lot of ADHD. Even if they do read this book, it might be going in one eye and out the other. So maybe we should just repeat things multiple times to get it into the thick skulls. Actually, when you are writing, that's one of the things you're meant to do. They say it's a rule of 3. If you mention something 3 times, if something's important, mention it 3 times in a short period of time or over like multiple pages, and you know, people are more likely to remember the important thing. Oh, these orcs disappointed you? Yes. I asked them to get me a cola. Have they brought me a Pepsi? Pfft, disappointment. I mean, okay, I just said cola, I didn't say Coca-Cola, but still. I'm joking. Now, I mean, the orcs are a bit disappointing in terms of, I wish there was more customizability within them. But equally, they're also disappointing in fact, I didn't want them in that box. Don't be dim my insulation. It's bad for you. It's fiberglass. It will tear up your lungs and your stomach. Each Exodite world possesses a world spirit. Whether a planet is one of the ancient maiden worlds or some other rocky orb on which the clan's people are safeguarded from the horrors of a wider galaxy, the world spirit is visible. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. Exodites on like Mars. You know.
She asked for a cola and she got Lucozade.
Oh my gosh, that would be, you know, for orcs would be melted down if that was the case. What was I gonna say? They just, when it says here, a maiden world or some other rocky orb on which they survive, imagine for on some planet like Mars, you know, very little atmosphere. They have, and like in the daytime, the sun is just beating down with such heavy radiation that they need to go into like caves and stuff to survive. And in the nighttime, it becomes a frozen wasteland. Oh, that would be so cool. And they need to like collect water and stuff to break it down into oxygen. Not just to drink, but to breathe. Oh, that would be so fun. In fact, maybe if there's like underground creatures that they hunt. You know, these things are cool. Although maybe the world spirit over time would like create a pocket around the planet to turn it into, you know, to keep the atmosphere there. The world spirit's visible features stud their planet's surface with megalithic topped mounds and arcing lines of trail stones, but much more remains hidden. Our world spirit physical components form a global network of empiric ley lines stretched into a labyrinth complex between crystalline standing stones of varied form. Honestly, yeah, I feel like we should have got these things, not just as cardboard cutouts, but, you know, proper models. Instead of having, like, you know, for 10 orcs on foot, give us some Eldari terrain would have been really fun. And, like, maybe a web ray portal as well with it. Oh, yeah, give us, like, a web ray portal and these steels, megaliths. I hope there's a car world, like how the Monarch Godzilla movies, Wraith Titans, the Kaijus. I don't know if the Exodites really use much Wraiths. They might do. They might do. In which case, that probably does happen. You're probably going to have Wraith Knights and Wraith Titans fighting, like, the giant things. Now, we do know that they do make use of Kaijus. Like, we know that the Megadon is a thing. We know that the World Dragon is a thing. Okay, this grid holds an immense store of psychic energy comprising of the souls of a planet's dead exodites, preserved for all eternity. A function similar to that of Craftworld's Infinity Circuit. The energy of a world spirit is seen by exodants as suffusing their planet, connecting its people, living and dead, with a bountiful life that flourishes there. Like the Eldari of the Craftworlds, all exodites wear waystones. These large jewels are crafted from a material that occurs in areas with a warp and real space.
World Dragon, but it's just Alduin.
World Dragon. I mean, Alduin would be pretty great. Like, imagine just playing Warhammer and then your enemy just goes, okay, I use Alduin's special ability. Okay, what does that do? Well, it rains meteors from the sky. Every single unit on the battlefield. Roll a d6. On a 3+, they take d6 mortal wounds. On a 6, well, 2 to 5, they take d6 mortal wounds. On a 6, they take d3 plus 3. And this lasts for the rest of the game. That's just meteors rain down. Oh, what else can Alduin do? Oh, Alduin, every time a model dies on the battlefield, roll a dice. On a 4+, Alduin regains 1 lost wound. Oh, gosh. And he's also apparently not very easy to hurt, either. Unless you're, like, a Dragonborn. So, it would probably have, like, a 3+ invulnerable save. And like a 2+ armor save. And he also can breathe fire. Like a melt through armor and stuff. Alduin will be probably terrifying, to be honest. Like, I mean, in Skyrim, you're literally a walking demigod yourself, a walking god. I mean, if you fight Alduin at your full power with the power for with the Elder Scrolls, and you know, with the help of undead heroes of the past, yeah, Alduin's pretty easy to take out. I mean, you don't kill him, you just shunt him through time again. You know, I mean, I say you should have a 3+ invulnerable. Really, it should be a 2+ invulnerable, except a psychic attacks or something. Yeah, he's got a 2+ invulnerable save against all attacks except psychic, and then it's just a 4+ invulnerable save otherwise. And 2+ against mortal wounds. Feel no pain. Yeah, but Alduin would be terrifying. Like, he's a little god. Well, he's not quite a god, but he's basically a demigod. Alduin's special rule, end of caliper. I don't know how it's spelled. Once per game, end the game. Oh, it would be for stupid. Yeah, how would he even... Yeah, how do would probably rock most settings is in, to be honest. Like, I mean, that entire raining down meteors, it's pretty powerful. Like, when you use that power yourself, like the lightning one, it's one of the most powerful abilities in the entire game. Just Dragon Shout, lightning comes down, wipes out everybody in a 10-mile radius. Oh, gosh. Well, let's go on. Like, if I don't, they wear these curse. Such areas are known on the Crone Worlds, ancient planets of the Eldari Empire that was saturated with warp's power during the fall. The sites of Webway Gate portals by which the Exodites access the Twilight Realm's maze of paths. Also to produce outcroppings of the substance. Upon death, an Exodite's waystone captures their soul, preventing them from being drawn into the warp and the gullet of Slanesh. The Eldari spirit remains sentient after death, so such a fate is feared beyond measure. A waystone that contains soul is called a spirit stone, and on Exodite worlds these are ceremoniously broken up on the altars of the world spirit. The soul within then flows into the psychic architecture threading the planet, where it joins the souls of all other dead Exodites that combine into a gestalt reservoir of energy. The soul energy of a world spirit is shaped and focused by the psychic architecture built and maintained by the Exodites. Under their spaces, it develops the planet in a sheath, envelopes the planet in a sheath of power called the World Shroud. The World Shroud offers a protective barrier against cosmic phenomena and invasive attacks, but its great impact is in helping you hide the world. The spun soul energy obfuscates the world's presence from attempts to detect it by sorcerers and technological means. The psychic shield projects into the void and is magnified and empowered further by the planet's orbit of the quirks of its star. Thus, the dead continue to serve and defend the planet long after interment within the world spirit. Eldari really are, like, the Imperium is always like, even in death I still serve. It's like, you're not dead, you're on knife support. You're blooming dreadnought. You know who doesn't stop serving in death? The Eldari. It's like, they become Wraith Knights and Wraith Lords and, you know, just Wraith Guard. Caliper had to Google it. It's an idea for reality ending and restarting Elder Scrolls Mythos. Caliper, I don't know. I know that you got the Kim, which is basically console commands. I do love how if the Elder Scroll game has basically just had console commands are canonical. And modding your game, also canonical. Darn elves can't even die properly. No. They become proper undead, you know. But they continue surfing in death. And if they don't surf in death, and unlike the most humans, they actually do properly die. Because, you know, the soul goes to the war. Hello, Briar! Hello! Hi! Cupcake. Being a dreadnought is considered a half-life. Yeah, beyond life support. Okay, we'll wait for Briar's viewers to come in. Come on. There we are. Goober Raid. Hello, Paladin Stem. How you doing? How you doing? Briar Raid. Mal is here. Hi, TA again. Wait, did I say... Yeah, you were here earlier. Oh, we got head pats. Hello, everyone. I'm Cupcake Conjuror in name and profession. First name Cupcake, second name Conjurer. And I conjure
Stinky
Cupcake.
Cuppycon.
No, I'm not stinky.
Oh my god, we are never getting Half-Life 3. They skipped all the way to Half-Life 40k.
No, don't gamble. Don't gamble. Also, big love for y'all. I hope you had a fun stream. We're reading about world spirits of the Exodites and their world dragons. They got dragons. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I'm leaning back in my chair because I'm shrimping over trying to read this book. It's not fun. There we go. There we go. Sit up straight. Hi. But how you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. Remember to take care of yourselves. Be kind. Or be kind to yourselves. And remember, yeah, take care of yourselves. Hydrate, eat food, go and rest if you need to rest. I'm here because I was watching Briar and I went to FK for a while and came back and now I'm here. Yeah, we just got raided. Oh my gosh, Paladin Stone won 20,000. Oh my god. Oh yeah, go and send lots of love to Brian. Make sure to like this stream too. But like her stream and give her a big old sub if you haven't already. Yay. Oh gosh. Oh. Wait, this is Fatso Worlds. Fats. Made from Wraithbone. Like and subscribe, hit the notification button, especially if you love Warhammer, yeah! And if you love Kingdom Hearts, Briar's got you covered. Briar's got all them Kingdom Hearts. Also, she's amazing at Vermintide. Ah. Okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? I beat all the Kingdom Hearts, so no more Kingdom Hearts! No, we just need to beat them again. You know, do challenge runs, Brian. Challenge runs. When you walk away. When you walk away. Why are we singing Walk Away? Vermintide 2, a little bit, but not a lot. I keep asking Brian to play Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2! That's a cowboy game, and you play as a cowboy named Arthur. And you're a very nice person who goes around helping folks, as far as I'm aware. And nothing bad ever happens. Yeah. It's a Kingdom Hearts song. Oh, you're a cowboy. You're a cowboy! I thought you were Brian Mayor. I thought you were mayor of Bryanville. Okay. Okay, game. Not a game. Book. Words. Typically exceedingly ancient. Mayor of Oh my gosh, Mayor of Cowboys!
Cupcake, would the Emperor of Mankind survive the Has-Been Hotel universe?
Yes. That would be a weird crossover, though. I mean, it wouldn't be the weirdest crossover ever, but still. Typically exceedingly ancient, few of the world's spirits' psychically active structures bear the signs of such age. Vegetation rarely takes hold, and millennia of weathering is held at bay by the material's strange properties. Amongst these structures, common to almost all exodite worlds, are spirit stells, conjunction sheets, conjunction seals, and barrel nexuses. Spirit steels mark the roots of the greatest layers of psychic power. They are not only physical markers, but access conduits by which a world spirit may discharge build-ups of power, and through which a skilled psychic can sense and soothe the ley lines flow. The large conjunction seals stand atop nexus points of handfuls of ley lines. Many comprise the spirit steel, flanked by a pair of towering menhirs, inscribed with powerful empiric words. Conjunction seals temper the thrumming empiric currents that churn at such sites, are still great to monumental majesty or barrel nexuses. Many such sites are built around a central shrine or altar. Haloed by circles of spirit steels, weaving from the heart are nexoliths in a ritual trinary array. Barrel nexuses anchor a world spirit's most powerful foci, sites at which many ley lines converge, some of which lie deep in the world's mantle or ripple through its atmosphere. Okay. So there's just different types of things you can have on your little planet. Which is nice, I suppose. I want to see more cowboy-themed games. And when I say cowboy-themed, I mean actual Old West-themed. American from like 1860s, and I always forget that the Wild West wasn't like 200 or 300 years ago. That it was actually in relatively recent history. Hi, Jeb. Hi, Jeb. Jeb Kerman, how you doing? Gone into space today? Oh gosh. Some bio-nexuses contain small web-ray gates. Oh, they contain web-ray gates. So they can travel to other planets. Web-ray gates provide paths between locations of the same planet, as well as potential access to galactically distant locations. They enable Exodites to rapidly mobilize Dragon Master Triads, or even entire clan hosts in defense. More sizable web-ray gates across Exodite worlds are marked by sculpted wraithbone arches, while even larger ones circle planets of a shadowy orbits. It was by these routes the void ships of the Exodite's ancestors reached their refuge. A world's Exodites know the web-ray routes in proximity to their world, but longer journeys are fraught with danger. Even those paths leading to other locations of their own world cannot always be trusted. In their journeys to tend their world spirits, ley lines, and sites of power, specialist clan psychers such as Stonesingers almost always travel overland. Such journeys offer more tangible threats, a test of survival that all Exodites welcome. Strikers ambushed the chat. No! Rocket-powered dragons go burr. Yeek! Cupcake. Yes, Peaky Blinders were a real gang. No, they weren't like in the TV show. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, Exodites are dinosaur-riding elves. Yeah. Basically, elves in Warhammer are a super ancient of Eldar, sorry. Are a super ancient race of elves, space elves, who have incredible technology that seems like magic and acts like magic. And they're also psychers, so basically they're all wizards, space wizards. But the issue is that over thousands of years, the technology became so great that they became more hedonistic and more whatever until they accidentally birthed an evil god called Slanesh that decided to eat their souls. Thankfully for them, some of the Eldar saw what was happening or were just, you know, repulsed by all the hedonistic stuff. So the first ones to flee their society were called the Exodites, and basically they're Amish. They eschew a lot of their super advanced tech. They still have a lot of super advanced tech, like it's still all magical tech compared to most things. But they basically go to these worlds where it's very hard to survive. They usually don't build cities. They have very limited tech as far as a space elf goes. And they're very isolationist. They just want to live on their planet, usually in nomadic groups, fighting every day to survive with their super advanced tech that they consider relatively, you know, minimal tech. So it's true. Yeah, the Peaky Blinders show is loosely based on a real gang. The gang actually got wiped out pretty much very early into the show. Like, there's a point of the show where it diverges massively because, you know, that's when the gang in real life got wiped out. But yeah, there have been loads of gangs in Britain over the years. Some of them, while they were rather bad when they were around, you know, are relegated to jokes nowadays. I can't remember what they call them. They're not the mobs, the yobs or something. I can't remember what they called them. Can we be Peaky Cupcakes? I don't know. I've never watched Peaky Blinders. It's not really my cup of tea. I know that the point of Peaky Blinders is that the main character is, you know, it's one of those, you're watching a villain. You're not watching a good guy, even if sometimes you do have a moral thing. Like, do you know Walter White? He's a bad guy. He's evil. He's a terrible person. Wait to say that Thomas Shelby is not real? I don't know which. I know that a bunch of the cast are based on real people. Again, it's all very loosely based on real people. They weren't trying to be accurate to reality at all, as far as I'm aware. Dreamer Raid. Hi, Isaac Sart. Welcome in. We're reading about space. We're reading about Amish space elves. I'm gonna call them Amish because that's probably the closest group in real life to them that most people would be aware of. There we go. The clan's long talons. Beyond, oh yeah, for like, imagine Amish, but if they're cool because they ride dinosaurs. Oh gosh. I mean, I guess that's what, like, they've got horses. Like, they've got loads of horses. Horses are amazing. They're like, close to dinosaurs. Okay, the clan's long talons. Beyond the Exodite world that harbours a Card territory and the souls of forebearers, a clan's host warriors willingly strike out to other worlds. Dragon masters are often at the forefront of each such lunges to distant hunting grounds, operating as a clan's most powerful and deadly agents in the fight to secure their survival. The skills that make Dragon Masters a clan's most elite assets are easily exploited when they deploy to other planets. The survival skills of the Exodites, alongside the hardiness and thick scales of their dragons, allows them to take advantages of their environment. Oh yeah, by the way, these are not just basic lances. These are laser lances. So they're capable of shooting lasers at you. They've also got laser guns here that shoot incredible amount of shots. They've got these shields are force field generators. So yeah, when I say that they still use, yeah, they use a lot of incredible tech. And also if this lance hits you, it's going to be firing basically like a beam. Extremely focused beam that's just got to cut straight through whatever it hits. They're dangerous. Also, these are genetically modified creatures that apparently can rip through tanks. So, you know, they're dangerous. They completely and utterly genetically modify everybody. There we go. It's very, actually, do you know when you say Darth Vader was evil? One of the things about the Sith is that, especially Darth Vader, is that he hates himself and he hates what he's become, and he hates...
Peace is a lie, there is only passion. Through passion I gain strength, through strength I gain power, through power victory, through victory what, Cuptle, what, Cuptle, your chains are broken, yick. But Darth Vader, he was fueled by hate. That's how Sith powers work. They're fueled by hate, yeah. And Darth Vader hated himself. He hated what he became. He hated what he did. But all that hate, just, you know, he turned it into power. And so there's an argument that there was always that good in him. He was never truly evil. He was never truly good. Because you become a Force Ghost doesn't mean that you're necessarily good or redeemed. It just basically means you found balance. And Darth Vader found balance towards the end. Yeah. The survival skills of Exodites alongside, they can live in the saddle for incredibly long periods. Oh yeah, because for elves, they can go ages without food or water, and they basically live forever. And carry a host of specialized survival gear. Ice files, volcanic peaks, rubble-strewn ruins, and claustrophobic underhives pose a little barrier to warriors and beasts seasoned to hard living. Such terrain is easily overcome by foes who have long mastered the dangerous jungle paths of their own world. It's no coincidence that the dragons used by the clans have virtually identical morphologies, even when they originate from very different Exodite worlds. Our drake steeds possess the strength and speed to leap obstacles with instinctive surety. Their huge talons and dexterous foreclaws enable them to scramble up massive trunks and overthrow ridges at great pace. Such adaptability serves Dragon Masters well, but their duty of defense to the world spirit can see them engage in preemptive strikes halfway across the galaxy. Inception! We heard you like dinosaurs, so we put dinosaurs in your dinosaurs. Wait, no, that's just lizard men. There are another faction in Age of Sigmar called the Seraphon, and those are basically dinosaurs riding dinosaurs. For protection and isolation of an Exodite world, it's of paramount importance clans seek out threats whose fate may lead to the destruction of their world and wipe them out before they have a chance. They tap into networks of clan scouts. They tap into networks of clan scouts who reconnoiter distant planets looking for signs of battle readiness. When a danger is identified, the Dragon Master hunts it down. Trespassers, who might one day reveal the world's location, are trailed and executed. Warlords and treasure hunters seen in various visions granted by the world spirit find themselves betrayed to rivals, their acquisition fleets waylaid, or their plans disrupted through psychic shrouding. At Pholosius, sky stations, a potential astronomatic conjunction risked briefly making the Exodite world of neither still detectable to the human seer stationed there. A triad known as the Tiads of Pharis made the hazardous journey to Ferragotis. They emerged from an undiscovered webway portal within the station's blind spot, below where it perched atop a bauxite plateau. The Camblades and Laystalkers silenced 3 sentries on patrol. When their absence was marked, the Sky Station's human seer would be ushered to a vault out of reach, deep in the bedrock. So tears of Pharis discovered from the truths painfully torn from the doomed
There's
sentries.
no emotion, there is no ignorance, there is knowledge, there is no passion, there is serenity, there is no chaos, there is harmony.
Please don't just spout random quotes, please. While we're reading. Hi, Chris Oak too. When the absent was marked. Okay, so the tears of Pharis discovered from the truths painfully torn from the doomed sentries. It was all the Team Stonesinger needed to know, touching the world's primitive soul and feeling for the irritant that signalled the psychic inhabitant's presence. He temporarily altered the hidden false floor, swallowing the astropath in a... Okay, word. Deliquescing Maya of Bedrock. A deliquescing. I'm guessing that's to turn it delicate. In other words, it starts falling to pieces. Man, playgrounds are so spindly and annoying. Yes, they are. Okay, I'm Googling this word. Delinquessing. What's it about Warhammer just deciding to, always have a thesaurus just right next to them? Reject all. Reject. Tending to melt or dissolve. Having repeated divisions into branches. Deliquescent. Deliquescing. Tending to undergo gradual dissolution and liquefaction by attraction and absorption of moisture in the air. Okay, I think I actually have heard of that word before. I don't think I've ever read that word before. Actually, I might have read the word before, but... Oh my gosh, they just randomly have, like, these weird words. Even if I do know the words, it can take a couple of moments because, you know, you so rarely see them that you're not used to reading them. Look at this cool thing, though. And also we got the Dragon Knights down here. Oh, with the lances. It's so cool. Blades bonded in blood. Blood bonds are a facet amongst all Exodite clans, existing between individuals, clans, and whole Exodite worlds. They also exist between Exodites and some Harlequins. Yanari and Asurni of the Craft Worlds. Asayani, sorry, of the Craft Worlds. So Yanari are the Death Cultists. And that sounds a lot worse than it actually is. Basically, the gods exist in Warhammer. And they're basically trying to save their death god. Their god of death, to stop their souls being eaten by demons when they die. That's what the death cult's all about. Oversimplification, but that's basically what it is. The Harlequins are a group of Eldar who are extremely elite. They go around to various planets, human worlds, Eldar worlds, all sorts of things. They've been put on shows and theatre. You know, a bit like, you know, Circus du Soleil, showing off basic extreme athleticism, flexibility, so on. Apparently very, very nice to watch. But they also go into battle to support their laughing god, which is one of the few remaining Eldar gods that is actually, you know, safe. No one knows exactly why they do the things they do, but they're generally... They do stuff. Like, they have reasons for what they do. But they're trying... Because Eldar have good prophetic instincts and ability to do prophecy. And the Harlequins know a lot about the future and how to push the future. They also, I believe, defend a place called the Black Library, which is a massive deposit of knowledge, of not just Eldari knowledge, but of like Necron knowledge, but basically all knowledge. I believe it is the Harlequins who defend it, isn't it? And where their laughing god resides. Yeah. Hi, WD Frost. How you doing? And then for Asayani, they're basically Eldar who live on these giant spaceships that are basically like colony ships or planets turned into ships. Some of them are absolutely massive, like they're big enough to be a planet of their own right. Some of them are much, much smaller. Still absolutely massive ships, but they're not necessarily, like they're more like large island size rather than continent or moon or planet size. Some of them. I got lots of different types. And those are, when we said that, you know, they accidentally, you know, a bunch of Eldar became hedonistic and they, you know, opened up, they accidentally created a dark god that devoured everyone's souls. Well, a lot of their souls. Well, the Exodite ones are ones that escaped first. And the Craft World Eldar are the ones that escaped afterwards. Where they were like, oh no, something bad is going to happen. We need to get out of here. So yeah. The Craft World don't eschew technology though. They're all about meditation and about honing one's skills to perfection. Hello, Talan, how you doing? Why am I a cat? No! So mean. I've got to eat Cuptle's fondant hat. Nom 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 nom. Oh gosh. Not only have blood bonds, so where are they? Eldari lives in clans' eyes only Where were we up to? Oh yeah, alliances and pacts of support are guaranteed to be honoured, even when it risks more precious Eldari lives in the clan's eyes. Only dishonour and exile await those who renege, unfair these rights. Not only have blood bonds resulted in other strands of the Eldari species racing to save an exiled world, we've also seen many clan warriors journey through the webway to gift their skills in aid of their cousins. Either amidst grand battle hosts or in some far more subtle maneuver, Crafto Beotan has earned the blood bonds of many willing Exodites, repaying its warriors' numerous fights to safeguard Exodite worlds. So basically what this means is that the Beotan is one of the major, biggest craft worlds there is, and they're very interested in protecting Maiden worlds and Exodite worlds. So Exodite worlds are like willing to work with Beotan. If it means that if their world was under threat, Beotan would come to help them. Top 10 most evil acts caught on camera. What, eating a bit of Cuptle's hat? You can't see the part I ate, don't worry about it. What are they? What are who, sorry? Beotan. But Beotan is basically a... I think they were one of the first craft worlds to escape the fall of the Eldari. And they are extremely hateful. They're basically as hateful of like other alien races. I think it's these guys who like humans and stuff as much as the Imperium is hateful of others, of the Xenos. They have a lot of guardians. They have a massive fleet as well. They're not just... Craft worlds aren't just a single giant spaceship. They are a massive spaceship, but they also have like an entire fleet with them of other good spaceships. And they produce and still make new spaceships. So yeah, they're always going around trying to save and help who they can. Off other Eldar. Although for some Eldar craft worlds and stuff that they don't like because they're a lot more traditionalist. They have a lot more in common with the Exodites than they do with a lot of other craft worlds, in which they're very isolationist, like the Exodites are. They're very traditionalist, like the Exodites are. If I'm remembering correctly, it has been a while since I read about what each craft world specifically was. One of the craft worlds... Swordwind hosts descend on the Orc pirate moon of Flash Rock. Descended on the Orc pirate moon of Flash Rock. The stronghold's tractor cannon, batteries, and flyby hangars, shielded by extremely powerful force fields, could not be silenced. Two Dragon Master Triads, known as the Solar Blades, and the Darkened Fang, vanished into the planetoid's mazes of tunnels. The force fields soon failed, and the Orks' guns and air bases were swiftly destroyed by Beotan's heavy weaponry. It was only near the battle's end that the Dragon Masters emerged, bloodied and scarred. Shreds of Orc skin remained in their Drakesteed's maws. Yet their blades were already scrupulously cleansed of the Orc blood they had shed. Contamination cores. Ooh, contamination cores. Many Maiden worlds were destroyed in the fall, but such were the numbers that millions still survive. Millions of Maiden worlds still survive, what the heck? Yeah, there's probably a lot of Eldar then, my goodness. Like, there might be a dying race, but I think there might be more Eldar than humans. What the heck? Like, what is it? The Imperium is a million worlds. I've heard it described as a million worlds as well. Which is to say, a trillion. Only a handful are inhabited by Exodite clans. Oh wait, only a handful. I should have read like a next sentence. What do you mean only a handful? A handful means 5 or 6 at most. Like a handful, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what a handful usually is. I mean, it could just mean a fraction So, you know, maybe 1 in 10, which would still mean 100,000 planets. But for others are frequent targets of their forays. Some clans see these planets as new territories in which they can expand their hunting grounds. Yeah, that's what we talked about the other day. Or as refuges to escape to if a worst should happen to their home. In the millennia since the fall, many maiden worlds have become colonized by other species, humans of the Imperium being the most prolific. On Shkotkala, known to its imperial population as the Agri-World, Frostikern, a single Dragon Master Triad hunted the dark wildernesses beyond the planet's industrial spores for 6 local weeks. In a guerrilla campaign of terror and destruction, every night 3 more spores suffered. The Dragon Masters were mythologized as the Krolg host. The Krolgul host, an unseen horde who must surely span the globe. After 6 weeks, the planetary governor stowed away aboard a mass conveyor, leaving his people to tear themselves apart in insurrection driven by frenzied fear. You know, the Exodites just keep winning. Maybe Games Workshop was fine, like, you know what, we keep just making the Eldar lose too much. We need to give them some wins. Okay, clans of the Exodites. The Exodite clans of the Eldari are spread across the galaxy. They emerged from a shared culture bound by a rejection of their species' deepening degradation, with isolation of their primeval worlds, and ever-clinging threats from the wider galaxy have forced them to survive in differing ways. Ooh, Clan of the Sun Serpent. So this is, I think, the one we were reading about earlier. Oh, they have Beoten. These guys here, those Guardians at Farseer and these Warlocks are from Croftroad Beoten. The Dragons of the Sun Serpent. So these are the ones we read about earlier, for ones that are fighting the Orks. The Dragons of the Sun Serpent Exodites bear those scales that evoke the varied hue of the world's star and colours it scatters across the atmosphere. Their hides range from brilliant cyan sheens of Sith's summer skies with blinding reflective scales to fiery shades, char black or even ultraviolet. Though the majority of the clan's solar rituals and traditions reference their own sun, some call upon more distant stars. During the days-long midwinter of the world's elongated orbit, the clan hosts of the Sun Serpent gather to ritually bathe their weapons in frigid glare of the constellations. Filtered through the eldritch ward of a planet's world shroud, the psychically reflected radiance gives the weapons of a chilling and penetrative power. The Exodites feel it in their souls too, a sharpening of perception and hardening of emotion that leads their hunts to be exceptionally merciless. The clan of the Sun Serpent are known by other Eldari for their unpredictable moods, echoing their stars' fluctuating seasons. The clan's temper can appear dormant for long spans of time, but their wrath is sudden and terrible to behold once roused. Nonetheless, the Sun Serpent Exodites maintain blood bonds, several craft worlds and masks, notably Beoten, whose Artox respect the clan's formidable martial prowess. Hello, Carl fans! How you doing? We're learning about space elves! Harlequin! These are Harlequins. I need to turn that light on. These guys are the most horrible models to paint. Because look at that checker pattern. Look at that checker pattern. You have to paint that on yourself. It's not like it's textured onto them. No, the arms are smooth. You have to paint it. And if you actually look very carefully here, you can see that there's like dark purple lines between the blue and the red to give it like shadowy to make it look textured. Yeah, it's clown activities, Joker, Mr. J. The Clan of the Exiled Moon. The Clan of the Exiled Moon. What the? That sounds amazing. What the heck? I mean, the Sun Serpent, yeah, it's fine. If the Exiled Moon. Oh. Now that's a name and a half. When the clan hosts of the Exiled Moon go, I hope there's something about like the moon disappearing. When the clan of the hosts of the Exiled Moon go to war, the howling roars and heavy tread of their dragons are their heralds. The clan is renowned for ferocity and strength of their drake steeds, and they maintain large numbers of much bigger mounts, with the strength to smash open enemy battle lines, or to carry energy weapons that devastate the foe's war engines. Ooh, we don't actually have these things yet. So that suggests maybe we're gonna get... They maintain a large numbers of much bigger mounts. Ooh! That means the Megadons, the Megadons and Carnosaurs and stuff. Ooh, we might get them. We might get them with giant anti-tank lasers on them. They're teasing so much of this book. The clan's Dragon Knights swiftly exploit both destructive... The Dragon Knight swiftly exploits such destruction, surging through ruined defences to tear open the throat of an enemy army. The clan of the Exiled Moon foster ties with many masks of Harlequins. Countless times the clan has responded to Harlequins' petitions for aid on behalf of other Eldari, and in return for Exiled Moon has been led to web gates that have expanded their hunting grounds to many more planets. Upon some, the clan has established tentative colonial outposts. These staging encampments have lengthened the Exiled Moon's reach even further, and have brought it into confrontation with many of the galaxy's species. The Harlequins see such trials as readying the Exilites of a role in the Vanadandra, an apocalyptic battle foretold to end all things. The leaders of Exiled Moon look upon them with far more pragmatic eyes. Tests that, if passed, will prove them the true inheritors of a fallen empire of old. Oh my gosh, these guys are cool! Like, they're just going to battle riding dragons and giant dinosaurs with massive lasers in huge hosts across the galaxy, responding to one of the most elite forces in the galaxy. Tried to rebuild the fallen empire. Oh my gosh. Imagine just going, oh, we're fighting Eldari. You know, those guys are weak, they're fragile, there's not many of them. And then it's just like, no, it's a clan of the Exiled Moon. And then just like thousands of dinosaurs and dragons just descend upon you with giant lasers. It's like, we're outnumbered, we're outgunned. We're too tough, we're too strong. Oh my gosh. You know, now I need to make a clan of the Exiled Moon army. Oh, goodness. And then it's like, here's painting your Exodites other colours. I wonder if this means we're going to get proper Exodite infantry. Clan of the Sacred Claw. Nomadic smiths. Hailing from the world of Scarian Fool, the clan of the Sacred Claw hold a well-deserved reputation for the craftsmanship of their war gear. Their skills are sharpened over generations and refined with the wisdom of artisan souls within the world spirit. The clan's warriors harness unique... That means they don't ever lose knowledge, do they, thanks to a world spirit. The clan's warriors harness unique crystalline matrices in their laser weapons, preserve traditions of psychoplastic shaping that produce exquisite armor and honed blades said to honor the legendary sword Anaris. Hello, Ceridrin! We're learning about the different clans of Exodites, including the coolest clan ever. The coolest faction to ever exist. Look at that clan of Exiled Moon. I don't think any of these guys are going to live up to them. Clan of Free Soul. Okay, that is also a cool name. The sigil of this clan represents the fall of the old. an ever-present hunger of she who thirsts, and an omen of tragedies yet to come. She who thirsts is the dark god Slanesh that's trying to eat them. Their warriors are somber and grim, but not fantastic. No, wait, fatalistic. For these exodites see the shadow of fated... Wait. But these exodites see the shadow of fated horror as theirs to banish. In seeking to harden themselves for their as of yet unknown end trial, they pursue the most dangerous alien threats into the most hostile of environments. Such hunts have killed many of their clan, but those who survived are inured to pain and anguish and capable of unsettling martial focus. Yeah, that's that kind of cool. The clan of the Sable Wing, sorry. The Stone Singers of the Sable Wing see the world spirit as a harmony, not only for themselves, but for the whole galaxy. The clan sees new worlds of psychoactive crystalline menias and attempts to awaken such planets' primitive spirits, as well as purging them of alien presence. The Sable Wing, the peace of death, is a noble ideal, and they view the animation of wraithbone constructs of the souls of the dead as a practice of many craft worlds as a abhorrent necromancy. Oh, so they don't like wraith guards at all? That makes sense. Mystery word of the day. You have no idea. Come on, Cuptle, read the mystery word
of the day. Word. I have no word of the day, but this itself is a word of the day.
Yeah! How you doing? Ghost Stag has been my favourite scheme. Ghost Stag, we're about to look at Ghost Stag now. My favourite so far. Perfection. The Dragon Knights of the clan of the Ghost Stag are exceptionally active, hunting across a swathe of the galaxy. Like phantoms, they slip from webway gates to attack alien strongholds and recover ancient artifacts that they consider inheritance from their species' fallen empire. The clan relies on advanced scouts to open twilight paths and stone singers to shroud the portals they use, allowing them to attack their prey like vengeful spirits before vanishing. Ooh, scale shields. So, Exodite war gear. Solar weaponry. Why is it called solar specifically? Maybe it will tell us. But Exodite laser technology includes solar carbines and solar pistols, and evokes Eldari's mastery over light itself. These energy weapons are calibrated to the unique demands of a wielder, and permit them to fire staccato bursts of narrowly focused beams even while riding at high speeds. Phantoms, as in ghosts of a web wraith, they are harlequins in disguise. No, the ones who work with the harlequins the most is the clan of the Exiled Moon. See, they're even up here working with the harlequins. Oh my gosh. Have they got giant dinosaurs with giant anti-tank lasers? Oops, dropping my thing. Laser lances. These elegant weapons are used to fire intensive short-range blasts of energy by Dragon Knights, often during hit-and-run attacks, yet they are deadlier still in the thrust of melee. On the charge, laser lances build up pulses of energy, ushered by the rising keen of their focusing crystals. At the moment of impact, the energy is released into the prey with explosive force and a blinding flash. Waystones. The precious psychoactive crystals of Waystones is usually crafted by skilled clan artisans. The wearer might embed the jewel in armour, wear it on delicate chains, or create an elaborate setting for it to affix to a cloak or sash. Yeah. Mesh armour is named for the skins of thermoplast cells, a material resembling reptilian scales that cover its undersuit. The network also lines reinforcing panels and graceful helmets when struck. The cells momentarily meld to spread the force and energy over a rigid area before becoming supple again. Oh, that's cool. Hunting blades. Oh, over here. The crafting and care of an Exodite's war gear is a personal trial as much as any other, shunning shortcuts offered by their advanced technology. Such items are painstakingly honed, woven, engraved, forged, or wrought through psychic abilities. Though achingly slow, these processes result in artifacts of exceptional power and beauty. Ooh. Hunting blades as a practical tool that serve many uses in the survivalist culture of the Exodites. Hunting blades can take many forms. Some are empowered shards of crystal, while others are stiletto-like slivers of stone fitted with monocular cutting edges. Monomolecular basically just means it can cut through molecules. Scale shields. Scale shields are sculpted to the size and shape of individuals' scales that cover the hides of the largest dragons. In addition to their thick... Oh my gosh, we gotta get massive dragons! In addition to a thickly armoured protection, they are weaved in a nimbus of energy that diffuse the force of incoming attacks or deflects in a spectral rainbow arcs. Trappings of survival. Far-ranging riders of the clans carry a host of hard-wearing yet exquisitely crafted gear with them. Satchels, pouches, camouflage cloaks, and hooded capes. Crafted from the exotic fibers of dragon skin. Are accentuated by scrimshard jewellery, rune-etched robes, and feathered crests. Ooh, and that's for lore! We finished for lore! Now it's just about how to build your stuff. Make your own things. Make your own orky totems. You know, your kill zone here. I've already got kill team rules. Can I have a sacred card do psychoplastic shaping, which is just wraith bones? So how likely would they use wraiths? I don't know. There's only one of them are shown to specifically detest wraiths. And few of them as abhorrent necromancy. And that's specifically these guys. The rest of them don't say that. So I assume others would use them. Sacred Claw potentially could use them. Everyone does Wraithbone though. Because that's how their items are made. Like when they say that they make them using psychic energy, it's because that's how you make Wraithbone. You use psychic power to manipulate the Wraithbone. So that's made from Wraithbone. Much of this is going to be made from Wraithbone. So it does suggest that they can use Wraithbone. These aren't the only clans out there. Oh, not Wraithbone, Wraiths. These aren't the only clans out there. You can make up your own if you'd prefer. If you want to use these specifically and you want Wraiths, you could always have a Wraiths allied in. It's just, preferably if you want to be lore accurate, just don't do these guys with your Wraiths. You can always just say that your Wraiths are allied in from another craft world, if you really want to. Ghost Stag, I feel like, isn't very likely to use them because they're all about, you know, fast striking like phantoms. The ones I think most likely to use them are Sun Serpents because of their entire, you know, anger and stuff. They might even use, you know, Avatars of Cain for all I know. Clan of the Exiled Moon with their massive war hosts. Sacred Claw with all their psychoactive stuff and their skill. And maybe Clan of the Three Sorrows with how many of their people have died in battle. Your mother is planning on getting you some Horus Heresy melee weapons. Oh, nice! I like the Horus Heresy melee weapon kit.
It's very good for kit bashing conversion. So yeah, you've got all of the stuff here. Lots of your kill team rules. I don't really know kill team well enough to give you any real comments here. Mission packs. Lots of mission packs. Lots and lots of mission packs. 20 of them, I believe. Epilogue. Nah, there's nothing really there. And there's art. Appendix. Oh, wait, forgot even stats of Beastbug and Spitboss and Squigosaur here. That's pretty cool. I didn't realise that. So that's the law. Now we'll get on to, I guess, building the Orks. What do you want to build? Do you want to build Squighog Boys, or would you rather build the Orks on foot? By Harrison? Nice. So we got the Beast Snagger Boys here. And we got the Squigosaurs. Oh, Squighogs. Look at the big old squiggly faces. I think maybe the Squig Pigs, the Squiggly Beasts. Yeah, the Squiggly Beasts seem like it'll be a good idea. They're the closest to the Axodites themselves. Okay, we got the instructions here, which we might need to use. But we'll give a quick glance at the instructions. Because they do have some variation between them. Okay, so one of them goes on a 90mm base, and the other three do go on these smaller bases. Eat me Cupcon. Eat me Cupcon. I've had like an hour and a half of sleep because my tummies are being pretty bad. Pretty bad. Words. Cupcake was a Warhammer 40k comic nerd referencing. Which is Jaffic Park Clever Girl. Oh. I think I might have seen that comic. Okay, what parts do we want? 72? I need to know which one goes on which body. Yeah, 72 and 73, so it is this piece over here. And it does look like he's got different choices of legs. Yeah, he does have two choices of leg. He can have that leg on one side or this leg. I need to go and check new recruit to see. I don't remember there being any optional parts to build on these things when it came to, you know. Oh my gosh, I need to clean this screen. What's all over it? That's that Exodite you built. Exodites. Okay, Speeders, Scrappers. Squighog boys. Okay, yeah, so there aren't any options on them. I don't have to worry about how I build them. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so there should be a second leg here somewhere, maybe. No, that's part of the Ork. So you can have either this leg or this. We'll go for the robo leg, I think. We've got 2 different neck parts, so you can change how the head looks, which is nice, I guess. I guess I do have some nice options on them. Interesting. Oh, there's a tiny squig. Okay, 74 and 75. I'm guessing it must be on one of these other spoos. Not there. There we go. That's the leg I'm looking for. And that goes with piece 75, which is... You'd hope it'd be on the same... You'd hope 75 would be near piece 74, but you never know. No, it's piece 86. That goes with this leg. Ah, there's piece 85. Okay. Okay, we can make progress here. Where's my clippers? Oh, there's my clippers. And where's my glue? There's my glue. And there's my knife and my mold line remover. Okay, we've got this. We got some squigs. We got some tasty squigs. Actually, I don't know. You got squigs that I've designed for eating. Squigs that are designed for other stuff. I think I don't know if these squigs will make for good eating, to be entirely honest. Maybe they do. Maybe with an orc they do. Squigs, 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 squigs. I know some squigs are designed for eating and they're apparently good. Even if you're not an orc. Do 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 no no no. Okay, this is the first time I've ever built, you know, Squighog boys. Maybe orc tastes like mushrooms. Apparently they do smell of fungus. So, you know, you might not be wrong. But apparently orcs don't make for good eating. Also, there's like lots of different mushrooms out there for, you know, different flavors and stuff. Got mushrooms that taste bitter, mushrooms that taste sour. Got those that taste more like meat. Okay, it's this one we want specifically. The Beast Boss and Squigosaur needs to become its own unit again. My goodness. Like, the Beast Boss and Squigosaur is a cool model, but then it's like, you pretty much have to run it inside some Squighog boys, and then it's just an absolutely massive unit because of how big the models are. Especially for Beast Boss and Squigosaur. You smoke it right and anything tastes good. Well, have to trust you on that one. There we go. Because, I mean, there's definitely flavours out there that are absolutely awful. Like, what about soap? Like, you know, I don't know how you can smoke. You can put, you know, soap in your grill for as long as you want and smoke it all up and stuff. It's not gonna taste good. I think the main issue with trying to eat orcs is that they're very sinewy. They're very tough. I think quite acidic. Very liable to make you very ill trying to eat them. Okay, what did I say I wanted? It's not here. It's this one. I want to go for the robo leg. Let's go for the robo leg. Let's go for the robo leg. And we can swap out the head. We can potentially try swapping out the heads. If we can. I don't know if the heads are swap-outable. For the orcs. I should have really... Oh no, 76. But also what piece we just grabbed there. So now we need to find piece 77. Which is got to be a spot. We got 87 there. Okay, back over to
Cupcake are the
here.
death core of Krieg clones.
What about death core of these clones? No. Most of them are not clones. I have heard, but not managed to find the law that suggests that, you know, for all of them, but that I have like some sort of birthing mechanism to create more of them. But it's not quite clone. It's not like they're making identical copies of people. Effectively just making them all as test tube babies. Okay, trying to find the toes. Twinkle toes. Piece 77. Oh, here it is. It's this one. Got an entire piece of terrain attached to it, so I didn't notice it. That's why you're buying it. Your friend and I coming up with a worst filled pizza crust and settled on toothpaste. Anchovies. Anchovy filled pizza crust. No. What would be? I mean, toothpaste doesn't sound that. I mean, it's minty. What tastes more awful than toothpaste? Shampoo. Shampoo filled pizza crust. There you go. I know, have that, kid friendly one where if you do eat a bunch of it, it's not going to cause you any damage. It just tastes awful. And it will foam up as you're trying to eat it and whatever, and in your mouth. Yeah, that's why I say go for the kid-friendly one, for one where technically it is edible. Like, okay, yeah, it's still not going to be good for you. It's just not going to kill you. But
But toothpaste isn't edible. You shouldn't eat toothpaste. Toothpaste is very, very bad to eat. There we go. Oh, you know, Warhammer paints. Again, for non-toxic. It's not going to be good for you. Fill it with null oil. Oh no, there's got to be a bunch of you going. That's an excellent idea. When I was a kid, I used to swallow instead of spit. Oh, that's not good for you. Don't do that. No. There you go. Well, look. He's got a little robo leg. Okay, so we got 2 nets options. We got for head options now. Okay, where is he? So 2 nets, 17, 71, 70, 83. We'll go for 83, 84. I don't know. Looks cool. Actually, no, we'll go for this one. This one looks more robotic. There's only 1 head option for the big squigosaur. No, not big squigosaur, but big squig hog. There you go. By the way, orcs can get very connected to their squigs. They don't really understand it themselves, you know, that they kind of love this creature. Which is why you see orcs, when they've got a squig they really like, they like try and make sure it survives, it gets injured. They want to get to the best possible surgery and doctors and stuff. And they want to make sure it lives. And it could also just be that they really can't be bothered going out and hunting another squig down, but it's an orc. Obviously, they wouldn't mind breaking in another squig. It'd probably be pretty fun for them. Like the hair ones. Kind of. I mean, he did have the entire Blood and Shooters was about a hair squig. 2 drones assembled. 2 plague drones assembled. This is poop from the butt. I mean, you literally are playing Nurgle. So, I mean, that's pretty fitting. It's pretty apt for how Nurgle should be. Okay. There we go. 1 squiggly boy. 2 squiggly boys. So we now need the neck pieces to go together. I mean, it's not too difficult putting this together. We'll compare it to the Exodites, and these models are like, what the heck? Nowhere near as much flexibility in building them. Okay, so that's some stuff that needs to be cut into here. Get rid of this sprue. There we go. Toothpaste. Toothpaste. Toothpaste.
Okay. No, that needs to go away. No, no, don't drop. Gosh, it doesn't want to go on. Okay, so this piece goes on like that. I'm trying to make sure it fits together with no gaps. Okay, that looks good enough. Glue, 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 glue. Over just notice some tough parts, whatever. Yep, so that goes together like that. Then I need the top of the head. Top of the morning to you. So the top of the head. There should be a single plate. And it's not here. Is there only one head option? Oh no, there's two. There's two. I want to go for the spiky one. So where is the head option? Yeah, having for Exodites, basically each model was on its own sprue, where these ones and model bits are just scattered around. Mostly on one sprue, but still scattered. Yeah, so you got this one. And I got this one. And then look how smug he is. He's a little happy squig. There we go. So these two bits fit together nicely. And what about here? Oh yeah. Oh gosh, there's some sprue here. Yeah, I mean, people have already been complaining. That looks so silly. And it's Orks, it's meant to look silly, but still. Oh gosh. Yeah, people have already complained before. Like, can we have more customizability within our Orks, please? Make them a bit less monopose. And there is some customizability here, but compare it to this blooming guy over here. And it's pathetic. Oh my gosh, this could have been flat. Giving it much more connection area to glue on. Instead it's this really thin outline where it glues onto it. Onto the base. Okay, this is the biggest squig hard one. Hello, Lasagna Lover. Long time no see. Oh, you've been here recently. How you doing? We're building squigs versus dragons. Nom 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 nom. We've finished reading our lore about the Exodites now. So finally on to building some of these things. I wonder if I can steal the knob head from the other bots. Okay, so I'm gonna need this body part here. Did you build the smallest guy yet? No, I think he's actually on this sprue, mate. No, he's not on this sprue. We'll build him after building the biggest guy. We'll build the biggest guy, then we'll build the smallest, the best guy. I was thinking maybe we save him for last, but you know what? We need him here. We need him here. It is the best part of the kit. I feel like Squigcod boys are going to be even more useless, I guess, with the new bikes coming out and being better. And as the Squigcod boys get some really... I feel like the Beast Snagger stuff should have much more better bonuses versus vehicles for them to fulfill their niche, because that is ultimately one of the things that Orks struggle with the most, is getting rid of very big, very tough things. And ultimately, they just don't have the AP in the Beast Snaggers to actually deal with those things. 3 streams in, and the best part of the kit is yet to be built. It's true. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, one of the streams was focused on lore. One of them was focused on the Exodites themselves. This is the first stream that was meant to be focused on Orks, but we still had more lore to read, so you know. I do like these guys, though. I'm hoping for fun. I'm hoping that, you know, once they're in my hands, I'll be like, no, they're cooler than I expected them to be. Which Orks, so far, I've had very mixed feelings about that sort of stuff. I wonder if I can steal any of the limbs of the normal boys. Look at him. He's all wide-legged. He's all bow-legged. With tiny little legs. Oops, his leg fell off. Bad focus, shaking my head. I know. I'm sorry. It's got a hole in its back. That's a very weird place to have your butt. No, that's where a banner pole, I think, is meant to come out of it. Ooh, we can have a robo gun arm. We can have a big old chainsaw thing. But let's look at these guys. Where's the knob specifically? That's a small head, that's a small head. That is still a small head. Small head. I'm looking for the biggest head here because that'll be for knob's head. I don't specifically see one. It could be about that big. No. No. Oh, maybe. Nah. Wait, do the Beast Snaggers even have a knob? Because none of these heads look big enough to be one. Okay, where's the power claw? Okay. I don't see the power claw either. I know there's meant to be a power claw in the unit. I'm pretty sure there is. Hi Flash, how you doing? Oh wait, is that the boss? The knob head? No, way too small. Oh, there's a power claw, but no, that power claw feels too small. I'm guessing the knob of the Beast Snagger boys on foot is just, you know, tiny. We'll make him as robotic as we can. Because my guys aren't Beast Snaggers, I call them Scrappers instead. So their entire thing is they're not like trying to hunt down the biggest, toughest thing to fight. They just want loot. That's what they're after. My guys, anyway. Hi, Night Parade, how you doing? Okay, I'm gonna have to turn on my air conditioner because my computer at least is way too hot. Just don't forget, I play my orcs are death skulls. All of them are death skulls. So all that they're doing is just trying to... Everything is predominantly for loot. Like, sure, they love fighting. And the way that their favourite way of getting loot is to fight for it. But still, their main goal is still to get loot. So the entire thing is like, yeah, we scrap stuff. That tank over there, I'm gonna scrap it. That Carnifex, I'm gonna scrap. I'm gonna steal everything it's got. Doing okay. Finished work for the day a little while ago. Nice. Okay, its other arm. Oh no, here it is. Here's his other hand. Ooh, this is bolted into the back of the squig. Like that, it's just going straight into its skin there, which I mean, considering everything else. Ooh, now that's a cool shoulder pad. Let's give him that. And are any of these heads very cyborgy? No. I don't think I have any spare knob heads for them, unfortunately. Knob-sized heads that would fit on these bodies. Okay, maybe that's not where Banner Poe's meant to go. Oh no, it is where Banner Poe's meant to go. Okay, where is this Banner Poe then? Oh, that's it. That's the banner pole. The head. I guess we could give him a metal mohawk. There we go. Metal mohawk. See, he's got like a big piece of scrap sticking out of his head. He's gonna say it's purposeful, but he actually gained it when he hit it. When he was like, I'm gonna get that tank kill, and then the tank got hit and it exploded in front of him, and he just got this massive piece of shrapnel embedded in his noggin. But thankfully, it hit nothing. It only hit his brain, nothing vital or important, you know. But he was a bit embarrassed about it, so now he says it's on purpose. He got it installed, and if anyone asks the pain boy that did it, he just hits them over the head. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, there are options. It's just vanishingly few options on here. It doesn't seem like I can just steal like an arm from another model and just easily put it on with the strange joints it's got, rather than having flat or ball joints. And I can't reposition the arms around because, again, it's a weird joint. It's not a flat or ball joint. Huh. I guess that fits nice enough there. Yes. And now the banner pole. And then we can do the little dude. We can do the little grot. Okay, the banner pole is a bit weird. It's fine, I guess. And now I need to find the perfect topper for it. Okay, where is the banner pole toppers? They should be somewhere. Giant jaw for a squig. Okay, but you can be snake for snake bites, or we can just have an orc skull. We'll have an orc skull, you know. Wait! Squig rifle! We've got a squig rifle! It shoots squigs! What the heck? Oh my gosh. That's pretty bad. I know! What? I mean, the squig's legs are tied up. I'm guessing it's like a grappling hook. The squig just bites on. But it'd be hilarious if it just like fired a live squig at you and now you've just been attacked by squigs. By this tiny squig you're trying to get off your armor. How does this go on to here, I wonder? Like that. Now, apparently smacks onto the side. Oh, there's a little hole there, maybe it snaps onto. Oh, found it. It goes on like that. Yeah, there's a gap here. There we go. And it goes. That's a very pathetic banner pole, if I'm entirely honest with you. Like, come on, do better, dude. Maybe we need to put some skulls on it. He looks cool. He just doesn't look that unique. Okay, now for the best model in the entire kit. Oh no, don't I need to put like a squig rider on his back? Maybe. Okay, so there's only 4 parts to this model, excluding the base, so 5 parts in total. So, obviously, this squig face goes on. Squig face! Rah! I wonder if we're ever going to make squig shark models. Make proper official ones. Okay, this is the next part we need. He's only a token in 40k. Inflicts mortal wounds. Okay, which part is next? The other half. Is he actually spread across all 3 sprues? That's kind of silly. Okay, we're looking for the other side of this. It looks very similar. We need this bit anyway. Oh, there he is! With his nail in hand and his little rocket pack. So what this guy does, he goes rocketing towards the enemy. He wants to hit them with his nail, but then it explodes. A little explosive mine squig. One of the things I do wish about the Squig boys is that all of the cybernetics I wish were all optional on them. You know, just so you can do better Orks. Feral Orks, I guess. And snake bites, because it does feel weird that they're like, you have to have these cybernetics on them, or at least some of them. There's not really an option not to have them. There's no option just to be incredibly low tech. Which it just, because of the sheer amount of cybernetics, it makes the beast snaggers feel more technologically advanced than, you know, your basic arcs. But your basic arcs don't have that massive amount of augments and cybernetics. Bionic limbs. The best model has been built. Honestly, who do you think would win in this fight? I think you should be this guy generally. I think it's whoever gets the charge, really. Assuming Neve has the charge. Could go either way. With 40k stats. In law, the Exodite should easily destroy them. As I said yesterday, the biggest discrepancy between lore and how they are on the tabletop for me is probably the Eldari right now. The Astra Militarum to some extent in which you should be able to throw thousands of bodies at your enemy, but you can't. They got rid of conscript squads. So now we've got 3 more Orc bodies to make. C5, C6, C4. Is that what we're up to here? No. $27, $28, 5 and 4. There we go. 5 and 4. Yeah, it's like these guys, the limbs are attached to the bodies of the rest of the Orcs, or the rest of the Squigs. It's just, I mean, not bad models, the sculpts are really nice. It's just, the Orcs, I want customizability, in all of my armies, without having to, you know, go to some pretty hefty kit bashing. But especially Orcs. Okay, is that C6? Yes, it does. I guess the others will go together a bit quicker, though. Although we still got an hour left of the stream. I have no idea what to talk about. I'm slowly writing down Japanese words still. I am... There we go. I am not good enough yet to play Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japanese. There you go. I'm thinking Friday and Saturday we'll play Master Duel. Probably mostly solo mode. Okay, there's only one head option here. Only that head will fit to fair. Only those legs will fit to fair. Well, let's look. Let's test. Let's steal a head from another squig and see if we can attach it to this squig body. If we can't, that's fine. If we can, that's great. There we go. Oh, I was having issues. I found out. Have you ever watched a Yu-Gi-Oh anime? Yes. I watched all the way up to most of Arc 5. Although, to be honest, I couldn't get fully through Sexel. It took me multiple attempts to get through, oh, what's it called as well? GX. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. With the elemental heroes and stuff. That one's weird, though. Like, if you watch the dub, they never really finish it properly. So you want to watch the sub if you want to get the full thing. But the sub just takes itself way too seriously. And honestly, I kind of prefer for how just silly the dub is. It's like, it just recognizes how terrible all of this is. And it can actually make it funny watching it. Where The sub just doesn't have that same level of humour going on. Oh, wait, I forgot to add a tongue to it. Yeah, unfortunately, this head won't fit on this body. Yeah, it was just too much of a gap. I could use green stuff to fill in the gap. But, you know, green stuff's expensive. And I'm running out. Opera GX. And Porsche. I've not watched Frames yet. I kind of wanted to. It's just... I wanted to finish Arc 5. It's just Arc 5 was so long and was just such a convoluted... I really enjoyed Arc 5, if I'm going to be entirely honest. Like, it's one of my favourite... For me, it goes... the original series is top, to be honest. Like, but I mean, that's partly nostalgia. And partly because I kind of think that back then, with them not really having a concrete idea of what the card game is like or what the lore of the world is like, I kind of think it has a really nice vibe to it, you know? But when you get to Arc 5, you can... Not Arc 5, GX. You can very clearly see that, like, okay, we understand the lore a lot more and what we want to do with it. And we want to sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And we want them to play the game relatively realistically to see how it's played in real life. And I think that to some extent takes away from it. 5Ds is honestly probably one of the best. But it's just so... Honestly, it's saved by the voice actors for me, you say, and oh, I absolutely loved... In both the dub and sub, the voice of... Oh, I can't remember his name. The guy who has the Archfiend deck. But also, they've just got so many cool cards there. The Archfiends are super cool. And the Black Rose Dragon deck. Chilling out with the crew in the schoolyard. Yeah. Jack Atlas. There we go. Yes, Jack Atlas. Loved him. But I personally prefer Arc 5 overall compared to 5Ds. Partly because 5Ds is a bit too trying to be edgy, you know. It lacks a lot of the same campy funness that I think for, like, Arc 5, Sexual, GX, Yu-Gi-Oh! The original series. There's just this campy silliness to those of the series that I think is just such a big part of what makes Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! At least, you know, for anime-wise. And Arc 5, it does still have some of that. But... It's just what makes it... It just brings it down a little bit for me. Oh, not Arc 5, 5D, sorry. I keep getting the names wrong. 5Ds is the best one. It's arguably the best one in terms of the story not being as ridiculously convoluted. I mean, it still gets ridiculously convoluted, but at least it's not as bad as, like, the other series get. Arc 5, though. But I think the main thing that brings that down is just how convoluted it gets the further you get into the story. Which, again, is another big important piece of just Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. It gets convoluted, it gets silly. But I think with Arc 5, it just gets a bit too much by the end. Which is one of the reasons I had to, like, just step away from it for a little bit. And then I just never really got back around to it. Have you ever read the first few? I do. I actually have a bunch of the volumes here. I actually bought some for a mixture of the cards, for reading and for art references. But are they here? Okay, no, I've got Nasaki-kun here. I've got yeah, I've got some manga here. I absolutely love this manga. Yori! You look at them. They're so cute. Dragon Maid. Wait, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dragon Maids. I only have some of the Arc 5 manga here in my drawer right next to my desk. Yeah, I was using it for references. Because they also put these cool sketches in the books as well, which I really like. And it's not really useful when using them as a reference. And like trying to learn how other people do manga and drawing. Yes. For those who don't remember, I used to be a mangaka. I'm not a very good one, mind you, but I was. Oh. Like, one thing about the Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga is that you have to admit it's got some really good drawing in it. Like, they really go all out. I do have a lot of a manga, just none of it's here. Like, maybe over, but no, that's just my art stuff. Also, other manga I have with me right now, right next to me, Nasaki-kun, one of the greatest mangas of all time. That was originally going to be a shoujo manga, but they decided to make it shonen anyway. And, you know, it's amazing. If you've not watched the anime, it's amazing. If you've not read the manga, it's amazing. I have the first 10 volumes. I didn't keep up with it in the end. Oh, yeah. I wanted to get the Hana Yamato manga, but it's for Coma, by the way, so... It's actually a proper story, but it's told in full Coma style, so basically, each 4 panels is one joke, and those jokes then go into the next panels. Sorry, you distracted me mentioning Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. I do have some of the original manga somewhere, but I don't know. I don't remember where. I've got little earmuffs. Go. There we go. Put this all back. There we go. The card game barely appeared in it. It was just one of many games Yugi played. Yeah, in the original manga, the card game at first never existed. Like, this is one of the reasons why in, like, the original series, the card game is just so all over the place and makes no sense. It's because there was no actual card game in real life. Then they did make a card game, and I think was it Bandai who made it first? And then they were like, nah, we don't like this Bandai Namco stuff. It was. And then Konami took over making the card game. Yeah, there's definitely important reasons of why it never appeared much.
Instead, he was actually inspired by, if you've watched JoJo's, there's a character called Darby who is a gambler, and he gambles for people's souls. And Yugi, or Yami more accurately, is inspired by Darby. And Darby, can you guess where he was living? Egypt. This is also why, if you watch the first ever episode of Yu-Gi-Oh!, often called Season 0, there's no Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game at all. Kaiba has green hair. And Yugi is just straight up stealing people's souls and is kind of a bad guy, to be honest. Or Yami, anyway. Which is why he's called Yami, for, like, darkness. Oh my gosh. Look how tiny the squig is! Nom 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 nom. I love a little pig. Nom 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 nom. Oh, it's gone. It's all eaten up. It's all eaten up. Oh my gosh. Why is this squig so tiny? I didn't even realise the squig hug boys were so tiny. What the heck? Like Eastern June. Funny how much of a manga and animes are inspired by JoJo's. Honestly, JoJo's is inspired by a lot of other manga and anime. Because it came out after things like Berserk, Dragon Ball, stuff like that. But all of these animes now have been around so long, and all of the mangas. And apparently, you know, the creator of JoJo was really friendly with a lot of the other mangaka, which, you know, meant people wanted to reference JoJo and vice versa. And he liked putting references to other things in. Like, there's a lot of things where you think, oh my gosh, it's a JoJo reference. No, JoJo is referencing the original. But yeah, JoJo has inspired a lot of stuff. But obviously, a lot of it comes full circle. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Was inspired by Darby, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself has been a massive influence on things like JoJo as well, because JoJo is still ongoing. And Yu-Gi-Oh! First came out decades ago. I think Yu-Gi-Oh's older than me. So it's... just one of those things. No, I want this piece. Okay, we want the jar on him. The jars of life. Finally done with your stupid bugs. Time to unshrimp. Time to unshrimp. I am far from unshrimping. Actually, I'm not shrimping that much. Arch your back. If you want, rather than shrimping down, try to arch your back in a way so that, you know, your stomach's basically resting on your, or close to, resting on your legs. There you go. Cupcake. Can the company hero backpacks fit on Mark III sergeant bodies and legs? They'll be a bit big. I mean, they can fit, they'll just be a bit big. Same with vice versa. Well, vice versa, the Mark III backpacks can fit on the company heroes, so just be a bit small. There's nothing stopping you. I've done that for backpacks before. You might have to do some finagling or whatever to get it to fit how you want it to. Cut down some of the body parts to get it to fit. Like, do you know, for a little bit that sticks out of the back, what the backpack's normally meant to go onto. Big old, he's got an iron jaw! Yeah! So, but if the bugs, that's another reason for not to get plague drones. If they're that annoying to build. There we go. So we can put these two bits together like that. And that should work. Yeah, that works. I'll test to see if we can steal a head from the Beast Snagger boys on foot. Oh, yeah. That goes together nice. If I expand from 9 to 18 drones and printing the rest, this was awful. No! Games Workshop needs your money! You can't not give Games Workshop your money. Thankfully, I don't like plague drones, so I don't think I'll ever get them. Now at least you can build some nurglings and then realise after building them that they're going to be hell to paint. Okay, but at least the heads from the Beast Snagger boys do fit here. I'm going to need the correct arm here. To be holding on. That's what I buy from eBay and Amazon for my 40k miniatures. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, it definitely needs to be holding on first, so we need to use this arm. I'll see if I can steal an arm from someone else and if it would fit. Okay, no, that's not going to fit. This one. No, it doesn't look like I can steal an arm. At least the head fits well. Yeah, unfortunately the arm here is a very specific one. 16. You know what? I'll steal one of the other arms from one of the other orcs. See if instead of piece 16, can 61 fit on this dude? Oh wait, the orcs are armed with lances. They got like a proper rope lance. Okay, yeah, this arm. Wait, can it fit on? I swear for a moment there we had something. It can fit on! Nice! Okay, so there is at least some customization here. The arms of the Orks might be a bit interchangeable. Nice! Yeah, we got chain lances. So I'm guessing that's so they can throw the lance at something. And then they can like grab the chain and pull it back. Oh wait, and it's got little rockets on it. That's interesting. Are they like shock weight things? I can't tell if that's meant to be a rocket or not, to be honest. I'm guessing it's a rocket lance. Okay, let's give him one of these shoulder pads. And I think he needs a grot riding on his back. I'm surprised that the knob doesn't have a grot riding on his back. He's got a shoulder pad. So okay, the head and arms are a bit customizable. That's nice. It didn't show that they are in the instructions, but they are. Okay, specifically, do all of the Orks have a similar thing of their back? Okay, yeah. So I can just steal one of the random grots. Do. So yeah, I think it's these two bits. Hello there, you gonna take off? Girlfriend came home at the opportune time, thanks for the stream. Thank you for watching, thanks for popping in. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And hello, Samuel, Benedict. How you doing? We're making little grots that are hanging on to big old Orks. I'm guessing this goes like that. Oh, it does. It does. So then we can steal a little grot head. Do any of these grots have sunglasses? No, doesn't look like it, sadly. Okay, I don't have any other limb options other than just to give him this hand as well. I thought you were assembling Orks of the new Exodite boxes. We are! We've been reading the Ork lore, the Exodite lore, and look how tiny this squig is. Like, this is one of the Exodites. Yeah, there's a tiny squig and a tiny Ork. Only the knob really is in a position to... where he seems like he could maybe win against them. I am grabbing for space. The space elves are great. You're planning to share that box of friends? I'm curious. How do they assemble? Amazing.
The main thing I'd say about these elves is be careful with trying to cut off the heads because the sprue connects to these spikes. You can see a bit of wear where it's, you know, where it's stressed out for plastic trying to get off the sprue. On top of this, a lot of the connection points are on the points, so like where the leg connects to the body. So that means that the connection with the sprue, you need to be very careful to cut away all of that excess sprue, otherwise you're going to start getting gaps in your model. So that's the main concern I have. Other than that, extremely customizable. Any leg can go on any body. Any neck can go on any body. There's 4 separate necks. There's like 6 different head options for the carnosaurs. Of a drake, sorry. The heads, there's a ball joint for the head to go on, so you can swivel the head as much as you like. Any of the arms can fit on any of the dinosaurs and be mixed and matched. These lance arms are the flat joints here. There's also like 6 different chest pieces. There's like 9 different head options. The head is a ball joint that will fit with any other Eldar you might have. And because that's just a flat joint there, it will fit with any other Eldar arm that you have that you want to fit here. This arm's not quite as easy because, you know, see this bit of a cloak? It's fitted to the arm. But other than that, it's like amazing to put together. It's a beautiful sculpt with lots of thought gone into just how to build them in your own unique ways, which makes these squigs doubly disappointing. Sausage fingers. Gotta buy more green stuff. My fingers, it's more like, As usual, a chaos assembler. I can imagine it'll be annoying. But not too annoying. Looking forward to grabbing it then. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, they're nice models. Do. Yeah, the gloves. Oh, big old gloves. There we go. How does this fit on? Like that? Oh yeah, like that. Good thing. I think there's a bit of sprue just on here getting in the way. The assembly of them went pretty well though. It was a lot easy. After the Custodes were beautiful models, terrible to put together, I was expecting they could be similar with the Exodites, but no, the Exodites are amazing. Stop falling off! That my experience of the Chaos Warriors, the Old World, the Age of Sigmar Chaos Warriors. I'd never built for Age of Sigmar Chaos Warriors. I had a bunch of the Old World ones, the fantasy ones. I've not got the new Old World ones, mind you. They were horrendous to assemble. Oof. The old Chaos Warrior kit was really good, to be fair. So good that when I was on holiday in Rome, I went to Warhammer in Rome just to buy some Chaos Warriors and build them on holiday because, you know, holidays suck. You have to be in a foreign country, walking around places. There you go. It's just as a little kid, mind you. The new old ones are good. Nice. I am very tempted to get them, but I'm trying not to. I don't want to spend more money on them. I got too many models to build and paint as it is. Also, the new Ogre Kingdom models look absolutely amazing. Our Ogre Mar tribes. Okay, so those bits of them there. So just after this, one more squig to put together. Well, this is the best model from the Exodite box. A little guy with a little wheel. It's just a little guy. A friendly little guy. Oh, wait, my model broke. Oh, for power. I never put my... I don't know how long it was broken for the model. I'm sorry about that, my VTuber model. There we go. I just noticed it was on low power. I'm like, oh, it's not got the power cable in it. My camera, that tracks me. There we go. Okay, somehow this is meant to fit onto here. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's Squid Hog Boys. Aren't as nice to put together as the Exodites were. Exodites were amazing. But these guys still have an issue of sprue needing to be cleaned up, otherwise you get gaps in the model. Now look at him. He just wants a big old hug. He's just he won't bite. He won't hurt a fly. He's biting me. He's biting me. Oh. I like how squigs are like 50% head, even while they're still, you know, the bigger ones that you can ride. It's like, where's the stomach? Don't think about it. There we go. Squigs are mushrooms. They don't need to make sense. There we go. There we go. Orks and mushrooms. And he goes here, yeah! No, that's not how it works. Like this? Maybe. Oh, there we go. There we go. Got it on. Let's get more glue there. And then we'll glue him to his base. Yeah, you can be a happy little squig on a happy little base. Happy little squig on a happy little base. He's gonna eat your face. A happy little squig on a happy little base. He's gonna eat your face, and that's a disgrace. Yeah, honestly, I thought all of the squigs would be more like this size. It's kind of a bit disappointing going from more disappointment. Having them be smaller. I've always bought more customization on them than I expected, to be honest. It's not a great deal, but there is some. C33 and C32. Oh yeah. C33 and C32. We're gonna go and do it all for you. Okay. So, big old iron jaw. I don't know why this guy doesn't get the iron jaw as well. I mean, he already has. Look at that thick old jawline. Do you think he is considered handsome by squig standards? I don't really think they have an idea for, you know, beauty and stuff like that. You know, maybe I would see someone stronger, but oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So tough. So strong. Soaking element. That's beautiful. Okay, so this, it goes on like that, okay. Sog me. That's beautiful, that is. Okay, so like this, like that, there we go. He's got some armor, and he's falling off his base. Because he's just a little guy. I now see why the Orks felt the need to bring 10 extra boys with them, though. But, like, the Squighogs might outnumber them 4 to 1, 5 to 1. But one-on-one, I feel like the Exodites would tear apart the Orks with ease. Like, even just the dinosaurs would destroy the Squigs and the Riders. Now, the lore on the Exodites do suggest that even a squad of 3 Exodites is enough to just completely destroy hundreds, if not thousands, of Orks. Which, I mean, they are more infantry focused than, you know, the, like, shining spears and stuff. But they're still not super infantry focused. I guess they are. If you got, like, you're firing off, what, 12 shots from them with just the shard, the solar carbines. And then you get in another 3 shots from the spears. Then on the charge, they get in how many attacks? Is it 3 from the spears and 4 from the mount? Can't remember. I need to find the Exodites now. Website. Ow, 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 neck. Exodite. We are now. Seafood Wolves. Not them, not them. Oh, it's these guys. Oh no, in melee they get 6 attacks. Shooting they can get up to 5 attacks. The single turn they can get 15 here. Shooting, then another 18. They can get 33 attacks off. Hitting on 3s. Causing mortal wounds as well. Yeah, I guess in a single turn they could potentially wipe out an entire squad of guardsmen. And with the clan blades and stuff. Song of Warning. Anti-vehicle Venom Crest. Anti-monster. That's vehicle 3+ blast. I guess they are actually very good at just dealing with massive hordes of enemy units. Which I'm not sure is something the Eldari needed help with. If I'm honest with you. Like, we've already got Dire Avengers. And Warp Spiders. And Howling Banshees. And Guardians. And Wraith Guards of giant flamethrowers. Well, they're not flamethrowers, but they follow the same rules. That being said, I'm not sure if there's exactly a lot of targets that the Eldari units don't have something to deal with it. I guess Exodites, they're 4 wounds each, for 4+ armor save. Are they 4+ invulnerable as well? What's it? The toughness 4 as well, or toughness 5, I can't remember which. So they are tougher than normal, and they can still punch up into vehicles, especially if we got the Stone Singer. Okay, random spear. Random spear. Spear. Oh wait, I need first your arm. Your arm that's holding on to the squig. Do 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 na 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 na. Na 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 na. There we go. Oh gosh, I did not do well at getting rid of that sprue. There's some here too. I do feel a bit sorry for these squigs. Like, they must be in a lot of pain with the way the orcs treat them. And look at this one. It's just like a handle embedded straight into the flesh. Although it doesn't seem exactly upset, does it? Maybe squigs don't have much pain receptors. I guess that would make sense. Okay, now we need a lance. Any old lance will do. Any old lance for you. Any old lance, I say. Yep, but any lance can fit on anybody. That's good. That's at least some customization on them. But after other Orc models. Also not really expecting. Although it is a bare minimum level of customization. And I wish we still had the ball joint. Like, I get that this looks nicer once it's built than a ball joint headpiece, like with the grots have here. Well, it's just the ball joint headpiece allows you to give so much more personality and motion to your orcs. Whereas these heads, it's like, sure, I can swap the heads around, but I can't, like, change how they're posed. It's like, it just goes on. Like this, and that's it. It just will be like that. I can't have him turn and angle his head around. I can't have him change where the threat's coming from. There we go. I am hoping the new codex, though, makes beast snaggers more good at what they do. But they're not very good at getting rid of vehicles as it is. They need more AP. That's all they really need. Maybe they'll be too good with more AP. I don't think so. You can balance them out in some other way, like get rid of a feel no pain. Or give them like a special rule, like devastating against monsters and things. Well, maybe not devastating. But give them like just a special rule that on rolls of 6 to hit when fighting monsters and vehicles, they inflict 1 mortal wound in addition to any other damage. That would work. We got another grot to make. We got another grot. For goodness sake. The Squigs will probably have the same attitude of fighting and pain that the Orks do, so it probably doesn't bother them much. Yeah. There we go. Also, I don't know if I responded to that message super late. I apologize if I did. There you go. And then this guy very carefully flips onto here. I do like the idea of Squig Hug Boys though. And it's a shame that they kind of removed Squigs from Age of Sigmar. Because it would have been so cool to have, like, you know, for Orks Squig Riders. So that is like, okay, maybe you want a Snakebite clan and maybe you don't like all the cybernetics. Just buy some Orks squig riders. Maybe in the old world we'll finally get some squig riders or something, but I don't think so. I think we'll just stick with boar boys. Okay, one last little dude. Yeah, they are like they're very small, especially for like how big their bases are. They could have put them on much smaller bases. Heck, this guy could have easily fitted onto one of these bases as well. Although he does take up his space relatively nicely. And I think it's a massive size of a base that also weakens this unit. Because, you know, it's hard to get your unit to move around and do stuff. Okay, one last squig. We got one last squig. And we'll finish with this. Those last two squigs took a while to build and I got distracted. But it's fine. Okay, so we know that everything we need now is on one sprue though, pretty much. Except that one grot head. I want to steal an orc head from the other sprue. Okay, so we got those two, but there's the head and there's the jaw. And oh, we'll have a wheel attached. Oh, his back legs has wheels. Okay, that's why. That's what's going on. There we go. Oh, just one wheel, actually. Just for one goose, actually. Just for one swan, actually. No luck catching them swans. So that's like a line from Hot Fuss that just plays in my head. It's just for one swan, actually. Do 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 do. We go over here. Hot Fuss is a great film. I almost said TV show. Oh, imagine a Hot Fuss TV show. That's the future we could have lived in. For those of you who have never watched Hot Fuss, Shaun of the Dead, or World's End. World's End I'm not a big fan of. But Hot Fuss and Shaun of the Dead, two of the greatest TV films of all time. British comedy classics. I've heard of them. You should watch them. They're very good. Shaun of the Dead was the first one, then it's Hot Fuss is the next. So Hot Fuss is arguably my favourite. Find just a bit easy to watch. Never watched them. Go and watch them right now. Oh, when you've got time. If you like oh wait, there is a piece I'm missing here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I've stopped looking at the instruction book. Maybe I should be looking at the instructions. I should be asleep right now. It's 2 AM. Who needs sleep when you've got gacha? Just load up Uma Musume or something. Play some of the slots. I mean, base stuff. Get that adrenaline rush.
Keep yourself awake forever and ever. Fire the beauty that is. Gotcha. Got work tomorrow? Look. Look. You can work when you sleep. You can sleep when you work. No one's ever had anything bad happen to them because they fell asleep on the job. Nothing bad has ever happened. That is sarcasm if you can't tell. Oh my gosh, Brian, what are you doing awake? I thought you would have gone to bed by now. No, Brian, sleep. Sleep is 2 a.m., Brian. For you. You got work in the morning. Okay, got big old squig face. Everyone loves going to sleep. Everyone loves being asleep. I am running on an hour and a half of sleep. Yeah. I've got an excuse. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! All night. I wasn't actually. And when I couldn't get back to sleep and my brain wasn't working well enough to do what's it called? More Japanese learning. I was like, I'll just load up Yu-Gi-Oh! And make a stupid deck. Because my body doesn't want to sleep. No, you. It's 2:07 where I am. Oh my gosh, 2 a.m. Or like 2:07 as in like in the evening. Afternoon. Because it could be either or. Like. I'm too addicted to Pal World. No, don't be addicted to Pal World. Go to sleep. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourselves. Okay, that's 54, 53, 48. So yeah, we need to give him the iron jaws. He's just slowly going down. Where's his iron jaws? There's one piece here, one piece here. And don't forget to like the stream before you go. In the afternoon. Nice. So at least you can have a sensible bedtime, Michael. Good night.
Good night, Cupcake. Briar, you're stinky. Good night too.
Good night, Mal. I hope you sleep well and I hope you wake up rested in the morning. I did manage to get some sleep though. It was like an hour and a half. Very interrupted sleep, but I felt really well rested once I woke up again. Probably gonna need to get some. I've not eaten anything proper because of my stomach being all upsetty spaghetti with me. So just eating snacks and stuff, you know, easy to digest. That's not going to be too heavy on my stomach. And then I can just snack later once I'm hungry again. There we go. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I'll have. Can't be bothered eating anything. Okay, I've almost finished with Squig. And then we just got the Ork, and the Ork doesn't have many pizzas for this dude. So, you know. It'll be good. Little armor pieces. Yeah. of a little tiny squig who's going to get nom 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 nom. That's why he needs a wheel on his back, because his legs got nommed up. Bite-sized squig. Nom. I mean, for squig mouth is still like, you know, bigger than this mouth on for Drake, but I think if I had to bet on one or the other, I'd say for Drake would probably win. Who turned you into a cat again? It was Briar. Briar probably leaving and turning me into a cat as she goes because she's a big old meanie pants. A meanish. Oh, that's I forgot to ask Briar. I forgot to ask her if she wanted to do collab. Are you still there, Briar? There we go. Okay, we've almost finished. I get myself some nice... Or maybe have a sandwich, or maybe just something like some toast. Oh no. Where did that go? Oh, it's stuck to my trousers. To my loungewear. No, you're still here. You're still here! Nice. Okay, then this guy just sits here. Well, actually, not nice. You need to go to bed, Briar. What did you want to ask? I missed. I wanted to ask you if you wanted to do a collab at some point. Like, it doesn't have to be Vermintide or
I'm
Warhammer
banishing my
related.
hunger to the Shadow Realm.
I'm banishing my hunger to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, banish your hunger away. Via, we could do a Master Duel collab. Sure, you can DM me anytime. I don't want to wake you up. I'm gonna like DM you and it's gonna be like 5 in the morning for you. That's the main thing. It's like, I know it's like, I want to DM you at a time when we're both awake and not streaming. So I don't feel like I'm interrupting anything. It's okay. I've done... Oh, nice. That's good. It's very good. Okay, what do I want? I want an arm for him. He's got an arm to stab you in the face. Cause you're a big old disgrace. He's gonna stab you hard, he's gonna stab you well, he's gonna stab you with his rocket lance. Yeah, he's got a rocket lance. Do 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 do. Bow 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 bow. There we go. There we go. Oh, what's everyone's favourites? Exodite clan then so far. I know what's Denison really liked the Ghost guys. I really like the Exiled Moon. Oh wait, is this meant to go somewhere? Probably. Well, wherever it's meant to go, I can't find it. If it goes on the back of a grot. No, but it doesn't go on the back of a grot. It's just a random, it's random piece. No idea where it goes. It's probably not important. You know, that's how orcs work. If it's not important, sometimes you have a lot of spare bits, and you know, you just have spare bits where they're meant to go. If no one figured it out, it's obviously not important, is it? Like, ow, you're yeeting at me. You yeeted a little cupcake at me. How can you be so evil? She's an evil buyer. So evil. There we go. Okay. So this goes like that. Now this piece goes more like... Oh, that's how it goes on. I understand. I understand. I don't understand. I do understand, don't worry. There we go. So he's got like a spare squig he fires at people on his back. And then, honestly, they should have like an attack that's got devastating wounds on it. It's like strength 2, 6-inch range, D3 attacks, devastating wounds. It's some force. Okay, so that goes perfectly here. It's nice to know, but I need to give him his little head. And then, oh wait, I need to give him his shoulder pad. Okay, where is the head? I got a shoulder pad here to give him with a nice little skull on it. We are deaf skulls, after all. Thanks, a big old party. I think I'll try doing a member stream tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. There we go. There we go. Now this isn't actually meant to go here. This is what the arm's about, but we'll just fit it on anyway. Put his head on this joint here. So he's screaming while shooting. And then we can go da, 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 da. No, 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 no. His head's falling off. Yep, his head just fell off. Oh no. Okay, and he goes on like... He goes on like that. So there we go. Oh, wait. Shoulder pad of a big old arc. Don't forget your shoulder pad. And there we go. We got 4 Squidcog boys, and we did the... So there you go. We got a nice little biker Squidcog. I mean, not mine, guys. They're meant to be cyborgs. They're not actually squig. They're not beast snaggers. Oh, darn it. They are scrappers. Death School scrappers. So they're meant to be high tech. Going after all the scrap and metal they can. Oh, that's a bit of sprue there that I should cut off. It's probably fine anyway. You know, if you have bits of sprue just hanging off and metal parts for naught, you know, it's fine. You can just save it for orcs casted for metal and left, you know, bits of metal sprue on it. Because if you don't know, that's actually how a lot of, like, if you want to get something custom made for yourself, like out of metal, you're often going to just get it casted for you. Because making casts is really easy. Even a lot of, like, proper blacksmiths and stuff, they will... When they run for forge, they prefer just, when doing custom orders, especially if they have to make a few of as like a thing, they'll just make a mold and cast it. And then neaten up with actual blacksmithing skill. If you want mass-produced specialist parts, again, they're going to be casted. And that's what the orcs do, they mass produce lots and lots of pieces of plates and scrap and stuff. So you can imagine a lot of it will be a casting process. Probably with grots given the work to do it. Yeah, this guy, I'm surprised just how much bigger the knob one is compared to the other boys, especially with the beast snagger boys knob being so small as far as knobs usually go. Like, I'm always surprised at how small orcs actually are though. Oh my gosh, this guy does not want to stay stuck, does he? Like the models. It's easy to forget they're not actually that much bigger, like your average orc's not that much bigger than a human. Lore-wise. And model-wise. And that humans regularly, you know, beat orcs in melee. But yeah, it's just so surprising that it could be on much smaller basis. They should be on much smaller basis. Like, what I think is this guy should be a character. These guys, and basically the stats, that's pretty much a beast. They're not the war boss and beast. Squigosaur, sorry. Should be basically this guy. These guys should come in just squads of 3 then. And then the boss and Squigosaur should be its own model, doing its own thing. And shouldn't join units. Oh, and be a lot more powerful than it currently is. Because one of the weaknesses of this is like this squad of 3 over here. They're on the same size basis as these guys. But they hit a hell of a lot harder than these guys do. And we've also got a special rule saying that, like, normally if you got one dude here, another dude here, and then this dude here, and you want to attack him, normally only these 2 would be able to attack because of how big the gap is between those 2. But they have a special rule allowing him to still attack that. But yeah, the beast snagger, the orcs, but they don't have that. So when you got your big old unit that's trying to move through terrain and stuff, this guy at the back will struggle getting into any melee at all, which means having a big squad is kind of pointless. And because the ones at the back aren't going to be coming in, so if you've got a squad of 8, most of the guys aren't going to be attacking. And if you add then a beast boss and Squigosaur who's absolutely massive into the unit, then no one's going to be attacking except just 1, 2, 3 guys maybe. Even if you get a good charge roll. And that just makes this unit really bad. There's a lot of ways that it needs to be improved. And it's just meh as it stands. And while they could give them the rule to give them an extra 3-inch reach, I think just putting them on smaller bases will be so much nicer. I think on these size bases, because, you know, bikes are usually on these bases, I think... Actually, I don't think Rough Riders are on that size base. I think on smaller ones. But yeah. Well, that's it. That's it for today then. Big old love hearts to you. I went a bit longer than I would have really liked to. I need to go and get some food. Play lots of Master Duel. Yick. On Friday, I don't know what we're doing. We'll probably play Master Duel. Same on Saturday. Sunday, we'll probably make the last of our Orc, you know, for boys on foot. These dudes. I've actually got a squad of 20 to do. Well, 2 squads of 10 actually. So goodbye everyone. Get yourself some rest too. Yeah. Big old love hearts to you all. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to others and vice versa. Work hard but play harder. Eat good food. Sleep well. Dream of cupcakes but don't eat for cupcakes of friends, not food. And also don't forget to like the stream, please. Goodbye everyone. I'll see you on Friday hopefully. Smash. Yeah. Love you all.